Hey, what's up guys? Hope you're having a nice day. Welcome to the channel if you're new, and welcome back if you're returning. Today we have Neo Spacians for Edison format. Before we get into the profile, if you guys like GOAT, Edison, Tengu Plan, or Hat format, we have it all here. So subscribe for more. Like the video, it's free of charge. Okay, so we have a 40 card main, 15 card extra. If you guys are looking for a Neo Spacian profile that is like more of like the engine deck, where it's used as just an engine with other stuff, this is not it. This is pure Neo Spacians. This is going to be just an innovative deck that we've made. Our only rule is that we played every single Neo Spacian and every single Neo Spacian extra deck monster, and then from there we're making it work. So let's see what we got here. All right, to start off with, we have 2 Aqua Dolphin. We're playing doubles of most of these guys to help enable more fusions, the likelihood of having more of the fusion materials. We're playing 2 Glow Moss, 2 Dark Panther, 2 Flare Scarab, 2 Hummingbird, and the single Ultimate Rare First Edition Neo Spacian Grand Mole, the best one of them all. We would play multiple of him, but he is limited to 1 just because he's generically a good monster in the format, so that is unfortunate, but hey, we'll play what they allow us to play. These guys all have effects, which are highly unimportant, but they do have effects. Once per turn during main phase, gain 500 of each card in opponent's hand. That can go for time. This card gains 400 attack for each spell and trap card your opponent controls. I'm not even going to read these guys, but yeah, highly unimportant. Just mostly the fact that their name is enough. His effect is really good. He says if this card attacks or is attacked by an opponent's monster, you can return both monsters to the owner's hands at the start of the damage step. So you do not apply damage calc. Both monsters just go to the hand. He's a walking compulsory evacuation device. Alright, next up we have 1 Stratos. Stratos is going to enable us to add the cards that are upcoming. We are playing 2 Neos, 3 Prisma, and 3 Cross Porter. So let's actually start in reverse order. Cross Porter is the Neo Spacian specific card for this deck. He is a Neo Spacian monster, believe it or not. He says, well, he's part of the archetype. He's definitely not by name. He says you can send 1 monster you control to the graveyard and special summon 1 Neo Spacian monster from your hand. When this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 Neo Spacian monster from your deck to your hand. So he's got that first effect to summon out, and then he's got that second effect to add from deck to hand. I believe he does miss timing though. You send 1 monster from your hand. We send 1 monster you control to the graveyard. Special 1 use from your hand. Oh yeah, so if you send himself by his own effect, he's going to miss timing because the last thing to happen is actually special summoning 1 Neo Spacian from your hand. So it's either one or the other basically with him. Alright. Next up we have the Stratos like I mentioned. Stratos is going to enable us to add either Neos or Prisma, or in the off chance that you just need to pop back row, you can pop it with him as well. So these guys, all the fusion monsters require Elemental Neos plus 1 of the other ones, plus 1 of the names. So Neos is obviously really big. He's like a 2 monster tribute, not even a 1 monster tribute. He's a 2 monster tribute. He's level 7. So when I was theorizing the deck, when I was doing like theory crafting and all that, Alias is obviously a Gemini level 4 who can be treated as Neos, but it requires 2 normal summons. Oh, that didn't work out, let's put it that way. Ultimately, what made sense was utilizing the Prisma engine, which can dump him from deck, and then also playing cards that synergize with normal monsters to either summon them out from the hand or graveyard. And that's going to be the most optimal way of kind of cheating out the Neos name for these guys. Because again, Prisma, if you don't know, says that he could send 1 monster from your deck to your graveyard that's listed on a fusion monster as fusion material requirement, and then he will copy the name. So he's going to copy Elemental Neos' name by sending him from deck to graveyard. So that worked out there. Now that you have the engine here for the fusion, let's get into the cards that make it all happen. To start off with, we have Neo Space. We're going to go play this as a 3 of. Neo Space says Elemental Hero Neos and all fusion monsters that list Elemental Neos as fusion material gain 500 attack. Fusion monsters that list Elemental Neos as a fusion material monster do not have their effects activated that return them to the fusion deck at the end phase. So that's something important to note. All these guys right here, they all have an effect for the most part that say that they go back to the extra deck during the end phase. So this will stop that and then it'll stay on field. So it's highly necessary that we see Neo Space to help that happen. Not only are we playing 3 copies, but we're playing that 4th copy as Terraforming. Gotta see it. Next up, we're going to be playing 3 E-Call and 1 Rhoda. We will see Stratos or Prisma by hook or crook. This is going to help with that consistency and make sure that we see them, because that's our best way of getting out Neos. Now, if we don't see those, there is other ways of getting out Neos. Firstly, Ancient Rules, we're playing 2 copies of that. It says special summon 1 level 5 or higher normal monster from your hand. So because we can recycle Neos like nobody's business, because it keeps going back to the deck whenever it's contact fused, we're going to draw it multiple times throughout the game. Granted, we don't get blown out. We're playing another rogue matchup. Because we're playing meta, we're just getting knocked out in 3 turns. But so you will draw Neos again, because it's going to go back to the deck and keep drawing. But because we also send it to the graveyard through Prisma sending to graveyard will allow us to O Oversoul. So we're playing 3 of those. O Oversoul says target 1 E-Hero normal monster in your graveyard. Special summon that target. So we're going to get a free 2,500 beater after doing that, which gets us another Neos on field. And then to add to that, we're playing 1 Birthright. Birthright is a continuous trap that says activate by targeting 1 normal monster in your graveyard. Special summon attack. And then from there it has Call of the Haunted effect, saying it basically if it's destroyed, destroy a monster. If a monster is destroy this card. Speaking of Call of the Haunted, we're playing 1 of those. Because then we can get back any Neo Spacian in our graveyard, as well as Stratos, Prisma, or the Neos. So it's really good. Lastly, we have some generic traps. We got 1 Mirror Force, 1 Solemn Judgment, 1 Torrential Tribute, and 2 Deep Prison just to help keep pace, because we do need to set up these plays, and we do want the plays to go off. So Solemn Judgment helps us prevent ourselves from being blown out by a Mirror Force or a Torrential of their own, after we've invested so much time and resources into the cards. Just to get them, blown up is pretty bad. Alright, next up we have the Fusion deck. I don't think we're playing... Nope, just fusions. Nothing but deck-specific fusions, too. We don't have room for anything else. No Chimera attacks, nothing. Alright, we'll quickly go over the list. We got 2 Aqua Neos. This one requires Neos and Dolphin. 2 Dark Neos. This one requires Neos and Dark Panther. 2 Flare Neos. That's going to be Neos and Flame Scarab. And then for the one that I did not realize how expensive it was until I had to get it for the deck, we got 2 Air Neos. Hopefully this guy gets a reprint one day. But he requires Neos and then Air Hummingbird. Just get the Ultra Unlimiteds if you guys want to play it. If you don't want to play it, don't play it. But then there's no reason to play in this whole deck. So 2 Glow Neos, that's going to be Neos and Glow Moss. 2 Grand Neos, that's going to be Neos and Grand Mole. And that is it for the main guys. Next up we have the one-ofs of the newer ones. We have Chaos Neos, Storm Neos, and Magma Neos. So this one requires Neos plus Dark Panther plus Glow Moss. This one requires Neos plus Hummingbird plus Aqua Dolphin. This one requires Neos plus Flame Scarab plus Grand Mole. So that is it for the extra deck, guys. If you guys have any questions, please leave it down below. I'd love to answer and talk with you guys. If you guys like Go, Edison, Tengu Plant, hat format, we got it all here, so subscribe for more. Peace out.